Yo, everyone, AAA Mega here, Bad Deck Enthusiast, letting you guys know that I hit Diamond 1 with Evil Twin, or Live Twin, whatever this deck is called. Uh, I'm not sure what to call it. This deck is super fun though. I had a blast stomping all the Adventure Engine decks, all the Plunder on the ladder, all the stinky Eldlich, and now I will share this deck with you guys. What took so long, you may ask though? Well, I didn't actually get Trouble Sunny until about 2 days ago. I knew that this was the deck I wanted to use to climb the ladder in this format, but every time I used my free gems, I didn't get one. I used the event gems, I didn't get one, and it wasn't until I slipped Konami and a couple bills that they decided to give it to me. But Trouble Sunny is amazing for the twin strategy. I couldn't have done it without that card. I tried using other decks this format, but it just didn't stack well compared to Plunderies and Adventure Engine. So stay tuned for those. But yeah, asking a rogue deck to open well, win the coin flip, it's a lot. So that's why only certain decks really work good in this format, which is probably why they're rogue in the first place. So anywho, let me get to the profile that did the clapping. Also, the next set should have Triple D support, as well as Dream Mirror Trader and Guardian Chimera for the Despia strategy. So let me know if you guys want to see any of that as well in the future in the comments below. Also, please like and subscribe because I appreciate it dearly and it helped me out a lot. Now let's get to the deck list. Now, one of the best things about this deck is that you can play so many hand traps because you draw cards during the course of your turn, the opponent's turn. You can draw 1 to 2, 3 cards sometimes, and it's insane. So we're playing Veiler, double Maxi, double Ogre, double Ash. Don't ask me what the third one is because I still don't have it. Double Bell, double Nib, triple Imperm, and then we're playing Call By and Cross Out to protect our interests. And then for the actual live twins, we're playing triple Kisa Kill, triple Leela, and then 1 Leela Treat and 1 Kisa Kill Frost. These 2 cards are extenders. You can play more than one if you want, but honestly, if you just open up them by themselves, you're not doing too much. We're playing double Parallel Seed for our Baguska line, and we're playing the 1 Evil Twins Kisa Kill and Leela to dump off of the Trouble Sunny, as well as a Duster and 2 Dimensional Barrier, which is disgusting and definitely not needed in the deck, but it's pretty funny. So yeah, that's it. As well as the extra deck, we're playing a Zeus package with Sky Cavalry Centuria, which can attack into monsters and not be destroyed by battle. Into Downer, into Zeus. We play Lingaribo because these cards are Cybers and can just make Lingaribo, which can tribute to negate a trap card. Also can point down to the left, so you can summon your Parallel Seed in case of a terrible hand. We're playing Nightmares because this is the one deck that can make use of the Nightmare's second ability, which is when they activate their on-field effects. If they're co-linked, you can draw a card. So Nightmare Phoenix destroys spell trap, draw a card. Nightmare Unicorn, send a card back into the deck, draw a card. Nightmare Griffin, which is one of my new favorite cards, recycle a spell trap from the graveyard, draw a card. It also has a floodgate effect where special summon monster on the field cannot activate the effects unless they are linked. So honestly, you have to be careful summoning this monster because if it's not linked, you won't even get the first effect to discard a card and add back a spell trap from the graveyard to set it on the field. And then we're playing double Kisa Kill Leela. I probably scraped I probably got pretty lucky only playing 2 and 2, but yeah, Unchained Abomination is pretty good for blowing up cards if you ever needed to blow up more cards because this deck does it a lot. And that's pretty much the deck. I'll show you some duels from my climb, and hopefully you enjoy it. So our first duel is against Adventure Pranks, and we're going first. We open up Veiler, Kisa Kill, and Leela Treat, which is the extender for Kisa Kill. Cross out Designated to protect our interests, and Dimensional Barrier, which is funny but also disgusting. And our opponent, since he's on Adventure Pranks, that Veiler might not really do too well. It's good against Dota though, but not against Griffin or anything like that. We get Impermed on the normal summon, which stops our Kisa Kill, but because we opened up Busted, we can keep playing. With Imperm, Kisa Kill summon back the Leela. And then make the Leela. And then that will summon back the Kisa Kill and draw us a card. I always start out like this because I'm greedy and I like to draw cards. We do into a ghost spell, which is pretty good. Set the Trouble Sunny, set the Cross-Out Designator and the Dimensional Barrier. And we pass our opponent, who's going to go Pranking Pranks. And then he gets the right, use the right, summon a token. And we're going to stop him right here. We're going to pop the token, which will turn off the Griffin Rider. And, gotta set off half of his deck. So Kill gets to draw a card, Leela gets to pop a card. We drew into Frost, which isn't really doing much right now. And now he's going full point kids. So into Meow, drop C's, do the thing, make it smaller, summon the Fansies, into Doodle Doo. So we're going to stop him from adding a card right here with the Effect Veiler. Boom. None. He sends Pandemonium to the grave. He's going to go into Doodle Doo. But he just can't add a card. So now he banishes the Draco back to draw a card, summon the Fansies. And now he's trying to recycle from the grave, but because he drew that ghost spell, nope. Not for you. Yep. Fusing Destiny, nope. So that's what I like to call Plan B. This is always he had his Plan B get shot down too, which is probably like Plan C if you think about it. So he's gonna end his turn on just a Lonely Fansies, and now I get to show you the awesome follow-up of this deck. All you need is one other monster. So you go into the Unicorn, which is co-linked now, so you can spin a card and draw a card. And then we summon back the Leela, which can then pop a card. And then we make the Nightmare Griffin. Looks cool, don't it? Nightmare Griffin can then recycle the Dimensional Barrier and draw a card. We drew into another Dimensional Barrier. And then Leela summon back Kill, draw a card. Cross-Out Designator on the Nibiru. And our opponent crossed out his hopes and dreams. So that's what the follow-up looks like. It's pretty cool. I have been practicing it, but it hasn't come up that often. But this is one of the times where I can show you that it looks pretty solid. So up against this next duel, and we don't even care what our opponent's playing because we're playing Live Twins. We're going second. He's playing Plunder now that we know. But opening Impen by itself is just not good, so we're going to ash that. Because he didn't have map, he didn't play Rabina. And this fool tries to Book of Moon his freaking Eaglin so that he can dodge my Ash, but it doesn't work like that. So for the first time ever, you're going to watch a face down card get negated. Boop. And it's negated. And that ends his turn. Rip Plunder. I just made a video on that deck. You should check it out. But here's what it looks like when the deck gets clapped. We summon Leela, one card combo, into the Kill Frost. Summons Kill. We're going to do this play a lot. Summon back Leela, go into the Leela, summon back Kill, draw a card. Yep, we drew a home, which is a good extender, but we don't really need it right now. Smack the Eaglin. Set. Imperm can shut him down next turn if he doesn't have map or book, but he has the Duster. We're going to home just because we have two bells that aren't really doing anything. Summon back this, which isn't doing anything. He's going to go Duality into Lightning Storm. So because he has Lightning Storm, we get to draw a card. Because he added it, we get to banish that card, draw a card. And then we're going to tag out before he Lightning Storms us. Into Kill, and another one in defense, and then draw another card. So he Lightning Storms us, and we still have two monsters. Goes Toucan, but this fool changed his effect, and this is why you don't click yes all the time. He changed his effect of Eaglin to add back to the hand, which cancels out his Toucan's effect to add it back to the hand and then summon a monster. So he doesn't get another summon. So he made himself lose. Heck W, GG. So this last duel is against a stinky Eldlich gamer, and I believe we're going first. Yep, so we open up 3 hand traps and 2 starters, which is pretty good. Ogre against Eldlich could come up. Effect Veiler, not so much. So we open up Leela. I always like to open up Leela because it gets you to the Frost, which is the extra draw. Keys to Kill, summon back to Leela. Make a Leela, summon back to Keys to Kill, draw a card. This is the standard combo. And then you make Trouble Sunny. We drew into a Designator, which can protect our Trouble Sunny. Things like Call by the Grave, which is pretty devastating when you get hit with it. So he goes Extravagance. I'm going to Ash that because you always would Ash Pot of Greed, right? You don't let Pot of Greed go. The one time our Ogre would work against Eldlich is right here. So we smack the Eldland. He then gets to mill an Eldlich boy and then summon it by getting rid of Sanguine. So now he has the bigger boy, but that's cool with us. There's not much you can do. We're going to tag out. We're going to get a draw and a pop, but we're not going to use the pop. Obviously, because he's indestructible, we're going to draw a secret password. We're going to take the damage. He's going to set some stuff, a whole bunch of stuff. So right now, we're looking at a follow-up. Trouble Sunny uses effective banish, non-target. Remove a card from the field. We see that he has the Golden Lamp Forever. We're scared of Skill Drain, but I don't know what these 3 cards are. So in the main 2, we're going to summon back the Leela. We're going to pop the card we know, which is the Golden Lamp Forever. Because if we didn't pop that card, we wouldn't be able to play anyway. He's going to summon limit me, so okay, haha. I could only summon twice per turn. We're going to remove the Elders from the field to protect ourselves from Wakido or Conquistador. And then we're going to go into our follow-up play. Unicorn, spin the summon limit, draw a card. He has another summon limit. So now I'm kind of not scared about Skill Drain because he would have used it. We get the secret password into the Sunny Snitch for a follow-up. We can't summon again, so we're just going to attack as is. And set the Call by the Grave because Eldlich hates Call by the Grave. So he's going to try to use his Eldlich, get called by, and now he calls by the home because he's out of here. GG. So to follow up again, here's the deck. The pros and cons of the deck, I would say one of the pros is that you have 1-card starters, like Kisakil and Leela, which will guarantee that you get to your Trouble Sunny if you're not stopped, as well as you're allowed to play 15 hand traps to just slow your opponent down and make sure that they can't finish you off. Nibiru is pretty good in combination with Imperm. These dimensional barriers can be whatever you want. And I would say a con would be just not opening up your 1 starter. There's so many other cards in the deck. Yeah, you have about 10 ways to get to it. But even then, sometimes you just open up full hand trap hands and you're stalling and you never see a starter. And it's not that likely that that happens, but it still does happen. So if this works for me, it can work for you. Peace out.